Good morning, everyone. We are on Unit 1 of Level 4. We are revamping some of the vlog segments. I want to provide more value for the people watching. I want you to be able to follow along things in a more succinct way, show you a little more about what I'm actually doing for the classes, while keeping things simple and to the point. Continuing to share my mental health journey, maybe some live sets, things like that. We're on the back half of this 18-month-long program now. 9 months in. Let's get into Sunday FUNDAY, Unit 1 of Level 4 at Icon Collective. We're going to do things different this quarter and from here on out. I don't think it's valuable to go over every little class that we're doing that unit. I think it's better if I just do a brief overview and then share my excitement, share my thoughts with what we're learning that week. Everything you learn is available online. If you're researching Icon, I'm willing to bet, just like I did, you've already looked. So without further ado, Unit 1, Intro to Music Business, Mixing, F-sharp minor, and A major. Welcome to level 4 of our online music production program. In this level, you'll focus on mixing and mastering, as well as learning the basics of the contemporary music business, and of course, you'll continue your study of music theory and keyboard skills. Moving forward into music business. Introduction to music business. Learning about the music business and how to succeed is a crucial part of your Icon education. We'll be covering business fundamentals and standard industry practices before moving on to work on branding and marketing in later levels. How exciting is that? Moving forward, studio techniques. Mixing 101. Returning to studio techniques now, we're going to start a series of lessons about mixing and mastering. This is where you'll learn how to approach a mix properly and get the best results from your tracks. In this first lesson, we'll cover these points: how to determine your mix trajectory, understanding frequency mapping, using the full 8-octave range in your productions, how to organize and level your mix. Next up, keys, F-sharp minor and A major. In this lesson, we'll cover the following topics: the minor and major scale patterns, the F-sharp minor scale, the A major scale, the minor and major chord qualities, the chords of F-sharp minor and A major, singing, the F-sharp minor, A major scale. So there we go. A little more straightforward, a little more to the point, a lot less time than going through every single little course. Most of it you could see on the screen anyways as you're following along the overview that I'm reading out loud. Really, really, really excited for studio techniques, mixing, and mastering. Now, I can master a song, but I definitely wouldn't feel comfortable taking on clients as a mastering engineer or anything like that. Very excited to learn Icon's approach to music business. If it's anything like the art of flow, the approach to it is going to be next level. All right, let me know in the comments if you like this new version of Sunday FUNDAY. Short and sweet and to the point. That'll be it for Sunday FUNDAY today. What an exciting morning we have. It is Monday. Classes are back in session. Starting off with music business classes. These are new classes. As I said yesterday, super excited to learn music business from Icon's point of view. Welcome back to another episode of Mental Health Monday. And today, I want to talk about something that is, for whatever reason, controversial when it really shouldn't be. And that's allyship. There are many, many movements going on in this world today that if you are not directly affected by the issues being brought up and you feel the need to automatically, almost in a defensive kind of way, you're being part of the problem. Let me use an example of what's going on in Canada right now. I already talked about this in a previous vlog, talking about generational trauma and the fact that what the people affected are looking for is compassion and kindness. And when it's met with the opposite of that, there are consequences, as we've seen. Not even that long ago, 1996 was when the very last residential school closed in Canada. The Catholic Church ran these schools from 1890 to 1969. Then the Canadian government took over. Many generations of trauma and, as the literal evidence shows, kids who didn't come home. And now what I see happen as a response to this systemic racism trying to wipe out a culture are ignorant things like all lives matter, or everyone should just love everyone. There should be no hate. These are ignorant rebuttals to genuine trauma. You're telling these people that their issues do not exist. There's a few definitions. Argument from incredulity. Denying a claim because you simply can't believe it can possibly be true. The straw man argument. Misrepresenting someone's argument to make it easier to refute. Something along the lines of, well, one of the Black Lives Matter movement founders was stealing money. You can't negate the entire movement based on one person's actions. Because yeah, if we're gonna talk about, bad people representing an organization, well, then the church probably wouldn't exist after the first priest got charged with. The thing that I think people need to understand the most is that privilege doesn't mean that you haven't had a hard life. It just means that you haven't had a hard life because of the color of your skin. Educating yourself with the movement. You can agree, you cannot agree, but if you haven't been affected by these issues, then it's probably a good idea just to keep your mouth shut and stay open to actually understanding what these people are going through. And to be an ally, it's about educating people when you see them make comments that they shouldn't be, especially if you're in a position of power. This is about generational trauma. This is about kindness and compassion. My purpose with this is just to educate. I've seen so many online arguments, so much of this stuff going on. It breaks my heart. Kindness, compassion, this is real trauma. That's it for Mental Health Monday today. Good morning, everyone. It is Tuesday, July 6th. We're back. We are back in the rhythm of things. How do you like how quickly the vlog is moving now? We're not wasting time. Over my break, I did a ton of research into how to make my videos better. My real goal here is to provide value to the people who are interested in following my career and to the people who want to go to Icon. We are working on our Fetty LeGrand Put Your Hands Up for Detroit remix this morning that you heard in one of my Whip Wednesday vlog segments last quarter. We've got a couple new vlog segments coming. We'll have the Wednesday midweek check-in. That is going to replace Whip Wednesdays. Also, in an effort to provide more insight into the content I'm learning at Icon, part of the midweek check-in will be going over the lessons and material that we're doing that week. Also on Friday, so on the back half of the vlog week, we'll be doing the Friday Fireside Chat. And so the Friday Fireside Chat is a little more open format. Between my Discord, my Instagram poll, and my Q&A, it's pretty clear that there's certain content that people want. So in an effort to provide that content, Fridays will be a little more fan-oriented. And that's just in appreciation to the people who are following this vlog, following my journey, following me as I progress through Icon, and just a way to give back. All right, let's get to work. So one of the things you voted on that you wanted me to continue and to talk about more was mental health. As most of you know, I'm in therapy, been in therapy for a long time. I'm really fortunate, really lucky. Super privileged that because of my experience, my time in the military, I actually have mental health coverage even after leaving. What I'd love to do is not necessarily go into major detail, but just talk about how the session went. A big thing of mine, believe it or not, is anger. I can be a very loud person, I get triggered relatively easily, even if it's just something like, I wasn't expecting it and the cat takes a freaking bite out of my hand, we're just playing and he's had enough, whatever it is. If you know anything about trauma, these kinds of reactions are like trigger warnings. And I actually heard someone say recently that these kinds of triggers and these kinds of reactions are actually our biggest teachers. if I start to have a reaction that way, like there's an underlying issue to that kind of extreme reaction to something that, nobody just broke into my house. Like it's somewhat unnecessary, but it's the trauma response from my experiences growing up and whatnot that have me react in such a rash way. And so a lot of what I'm working on in therapy are these kind of snap reactions. Stuff I almost feel like I don't even have control over. But yeah, I really, really liked what that person said. These triggers, these reactions, they're a sign, they're my signal that there's something within me that is wrong. And the more I learn to recognize it rather than try to fight it or think I'm bad or I'm wrong for reacting that way, the more I can recognize those behaviors, those thought patterns, the more I can choose to do something more appropriate, healthier, and just react in a way that is not going to make the situation worse. I don't know. I'm actually feeling pretty vulnerable sharing that. That's straight out of my therapy session, something that I'm working on. And in all honesty, I am a lot better than I was. It's about progress, not perfection. It's about understanding and recognizing my past behaviors that don't serve me anymore and actually taking action, talking to a professional, getting help, and doing something different, doing the next right thing. My hope is that talking about feelings, talking about what's going on with us becomes normal. People just want to feel heard. They want to feel respected. They want to feel love and compassion from other people, So that's it. Good morning, everyone. It is Wednesday, July 7th. We just got into the studio and we're working on keys this morning. We got a few keys classes and then we'll be done Unit 1. Last quarter, I found myself spacing things out too much. I'd rather get all my work done as soon as possible so I can concentrate on other things. I got a lot of remixes on the go right now and we're working hard on finishing music. We've got a ton of tracks that we've started. We've got a ton of tracks that are kind of midway through, and I want to finish music. That is the most important thing I could be doing right now. We're gonna get to work on this keys stuff, and I will talk to you soon. Good afternoon, everyone. It is Wednesday, and we are introducing a new vlog segment. We are replacing Whip Wednesday with the Wednesday midweek check-in. I think I've explained it a couple times, but in my Discord, and I took a poll on Instagram, this is the kind of content that people want to see. So we have implemented the Wednesday midweek check-in so we can do a little check-in with ourselves. We can reassess how the unit is going for that week and adjust. I think this will provide a little more insight into what I'm doing specifically at Icon as well, rather than only one thing at the end of the week. Let's check in. I'm feeling pretty good. My energy's pretty good, been getting a little more sleep. One thing I'm trying to do though is I notice I am not really in my routine in the mornings. Some days I get to the studio at 10, 10:30, 11, 8, 9, and that's kind of throwing me off a bit here. So we're gonna try to stick to getting here at least before 9 and then doing what we need to do. But other than that, things are going really well for Unit 1. So first thing that we went over, music business. I'm really excited about Icon's take on music business. They're taking a very entrepreneurial point of view. This is your business, the rise of the independent artist. You can be successful more on your own these days than ever before. So more so, it was just the introduction to this kind of mindset. Being an entrepreneur, being an independent musician, an independent artist, and last but not least, the music always comes first. Next up, Studio Techniques Mixing 101, an introduction to mixing and mastering. Basically, Mixing 101 is debunking mixing myths. Sometimes with production, it feels like there are some mysterious secrets of the trade that no one is willing to give up. And quite frankly, none of that is true. It's the same with sound design, and it applies to mixing. Learning in a structured way from the ground up from a place or a school or a person who actually knows what they're doing. More so though, the implementation of the practice. Because I could watch tutorials, I could go to office hours all day, but if I'm not actually practicing this stuff, I'm not going to get my 10,000 hours in, and I'm not going to become proficient. Other than that, keys review, you could see the keyboard out here. I started doing some of the playing assignments. I got about 2 or 3 left, and then that's pretty much it for this unit. That is it for the Wednesday midweek check-in.